All right. Y'all know the drill. Post flag. Where you from? Where you at? What are you doing? Got a lot of news, man. And I wanted to cover the stuff that I didn't have time for in the video segment. I wanted to cover the stuff, the petty stuff, for lack of a better word, because you have the news and then you have the stupid stuff. So I wanted to open up the floor for the stupid stuff. We know that they got the Sean Porter Terrence Crawford fight over the line. Terrence Crawford is set to make a career high purse in the fight by $7 million. Sean, no, not $7 million, by $6 million. Sean gonna make $4 million. That's up front. That's guaranteed. So it's roughly a $9-10 million fight. I encourage all of you to purchase the pay-per-view, show up and show out for the fight, because these is the kind of fights that we want to see. We can't spend all this time complaining on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube about boxing don't be making the right fights, and then the right fight get made, and then people don't buy it. You know what I mean? Like, we got to buy the fights. If they make a fight that we want to see, we got to show that love and show that patronage to send them that message that, yeah, you need to keep doing this. You need to keep making more fights like this, because that's what we want to see. You know what I mean? So I mean, I already know I'm buying it. You know, y'all know me. I'll be frittering it. I'll be frittering the bread away sometimes. Like, shoot, I bought Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley just because I thought there's a slight chance that Tyrone will knock him out, and he didn't, and I don't really consider that money well spent. But you know, if I could buy that, I sure enough could buy this. You know what I mean? So y'all really got to show your patronage that when they do make the right fights, because we wanted this. We wanted this fight. When they do make the right fights, we got to show the support of the fight so that the networks and the promoters and the managers know that this is what you need to be doing. You know what I mean? If you want the golden era of boxing to return, you can't, you know what I mean? Don't be like these cats that they want everything to be on pay-per-view just so that they don't buy the goddamn shit, feel me? Because they'll sit there talking all day about a goddamn fight they don't got no intention of buying. We, on the other hand, we got to be better than that, all right? I wanted to see Crawford versus Porter, and I'm definitely going to buy that fight. I'm not going to buy no bum-ass Gervonta Davis pay-per-views until he fighting somebody that I want to see him fight. I'm still on the fence when it comes to Wilder versus Fury 3 because I don't feel like supporting either of them. But Sean and Crawford, yeah, I could support them. I could support them. And I'm going to do that. A lot of people talk about the high abundance of pay-per-views in the American market and how, you know what I mean? Like, look at the UK boxing scene. Look at all the other boxing scenes. You don't see this. You don't see this assembly line of pay-per-views. You got, what you got? You got Lopez versus Kambosos the same week as Wilder versus Fury. One is on Monday, one is on Saturday. One is $50, one is $80. And y'all wilding. Like, y'all really wilding. Like, bruh, y'all wilding. So in order to watch two boxing matches in your crib, you telling me it should cost, in order to watch them two boxing matches, you telling me it should cost you a hundo and some change. Y'all wilding. I might buy the Kambosos fight. I might. Just cause, like, I know they need the bread more than Fury and Wilder do. To me, that neither of them deserve the bread. But you know what I mean? It's wild out here. Appreciate that, boxing god. I will spend my money, no problem. Bud Crawford by stoppage in the 7th or the 8th. That's how I'm feeling. I feel that Terrence Crawford might be the first man to stop Terrence Crawford. I feel that Top Rank will put together an undercard that is entertaining. I think that they're going to do what they got to do to promote that fight because, I reiterate, Crawford's supposed to get upwards of $6 million guaranteed. Sean Porter's supposed to get upwards of $4 million guaranteed. So they got to do what they got to do to sell that fight. They got to promote it, and I encourage all of you, buy the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? If you don't want to buy Gervonta Davis fight, hey, I'm with you. I don't want to buy his whack-ass fights either. If you angry at Wilder and Fury, hey, I am too. They might not get my bread. But these two guys, let me pull them up, put them on screen. These two guys, they deserve the bread. These two guys deserve the bread. Thank you, Sean Porter, for not being like your contemporaries, for not being like your stablemates. Thank you, Sean Porter, for making all of them guys look silly and dumb. Jules, you want casual fans to buy your pay-per-view and foot the bill, but you up against Monday. Oh, no, I know, Drew. He's wilding. He's wilding, and we going to talk about that. He's what? You know how I feel about it, Drew. I felt that he should have just let Top Rank do the goddamn fight. If you'd have let Top Rank do the goddamn fight, it would have been over and done with by now, and you would have been getting ready to have a real big fight, probably for more money than you about to make with Cambosos. But that's the difference between the short game and the long game. He wanted to play the short game. You want gimme right now. That's what you want to do. Not realizing, yo, dog, this is gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you something. And you lucky that you didn't burn no bridges, even though I kind of feel like Bob Arum and Top Rank would prefer that Loma would be in possession of the belts, because when he was in possession of the belts, it wasn't no funny business. It was just fights. They just making fights, and that's it. And you don't got to deal with all this peacock and prima donna stuff. You didn't have to deal with that. Now, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, chill out. I hope media appearances are mandated in the Crawford-Porter deal. That will let me know it's a real push, like the 23-city tour for Hagler Hearns. Yeah, man, like, they really got to promote this fight because they got about $9 million, close to $10 million wrapped up in this thing. So you know they got to ramp up promotion for it. And I encourage everybody, buy the fight, all right? You don't want to buy Davis fight? Cool, me neither. You don't want to buy Wilder versus Fury 3? Cool, me neither. But this I'm going to support because the welterweight division is finally giving me a fight that I was actually asking for. I was asking for this fight. I liked the fight. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. With all the disappointing news that been floating around, I wasn't sure if we was going to get some good news, and we got a bunch of good news. We got Porter versus Crawford. We got Canelo versus Plant. It's all gravy. And I am going to buy those two fights. If I don't buy no other two fights this year, I'm going to buy those two fights. So I got to support what it is I wanted. And I encourage all of you to do that because we got to show these guys what moves the needle and what don't move the needle. The soft matchmaking, the filler fights, that don't move the needle. We don't buy that garbage. But Crawford versus Porter, that's a solid fight. It's a good fight. Both guys is doing what they got to do. Yeah, they're going to get my money for that fight. They are. Yeah, I mean, we can't be like these cats. There's a lot of cats out there that'll sit there and talk to you about pay-per-view all goddamn day and don't even be buying the goddamn fights. They don't be buying the fights. So if you're not going to buy the fight, what the hell you want it to cost $80 for if you're not even going to buy the fight? Appreciate that, Drew. Funny how Porter crossed the street, but Plant did not. And you paying $50 million against Uz? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Look, I said it in the video, Drew, that I feel they should have just let Plant cross the street. They should have looked at their situation and said, we can't handle this. We cannot handle this fight. We got to pull too many resources to pay this guy. They should have just let Caleb Plant cross the street, and then the fight wouldn't be a pay-per-view. Me and you could see it as part of our DAZN subscription. It wouldn't cost what it costs. It would have been better all around for everybody. But they insisted. They insisted. They want to do the fight. So here we are. Here we are. You wanted it. You got it. And yes, because it's Canelo, I'm going to get it. But it would have been better for all of us if it would have went to DAZN. It would have been better for all of us. It wouldn't have been a burden on them. They would have had more resources and more bread to make other fights. Shout out to Alex Bodega, Angel Santos, Apero Raider Nation. Aye! Exactly. Triller and Davis versus, yeah, like they wilding. Like they think that we want to see Davis versus Rolly. You think I'm going to pay $80 to see Davis versus Rolly? Bro, they wilding. Iron Kong was good. Poor check boxing was good. Joe Mama was good. WL was good. There was no purse bid. They came to a deal, so the purse bid got canceled. They came to a deal amongst themselves. Shout out to Dragon Leg. Shout out to Virtuoso. Feel me? You know what I mean? When they make a fight that we actually want to see, when they make a fight that we actually asking for, it's wild, Drew. It's wild because they did it to themselves. At the end of the day, if the pay-per-view don't do good, it's not even an indictment on Canelo because look at what Manny just did. Manny couldn't crack 300,000. When Manny Pacquiao can't crack 300,000 in a title fight, that should be that should have told everybody what they need to know. That like your pay-per-view, you can't ask these cats to pay that. These people on Twitter that you see that they diehard PBC fans, they love everything PBC. Where the fuck they be at when it's time to buy these fights? Where the fuck they be at? Where the fuck was they at when it was time to buy Wilder versus Fury 2? Where was they at? I mean, not even Wilder versus Fury 2. Wilder versus Ortiz 2. Wilder versus Fury 2, that shit didn't even break even. So I can ask, where were you guys that love Wilder and love PBC so much? How come they didn't break even with that? Is it because he's not a fucking star like I've been saying for 3-4 years? That shit is wild. So I'm like, yo, when they actually make a fight that I want to see and that you guys want to see, you have to show your patronage and purchase the fight to show them this is what moves the needle. This is the kind of matchmaking that the paying customers want to see. No more soft fights, no more soft competition. Nobody want to see that shit. They always talking that sides of the street stuff. Listen, Boots and his fights on the same platform as Keith Thurman, but I bet you he won't get that fight. I hope he get the fight. I would like to see the fight, but it's a prime example. He on the same side of the street as them guys. Even if he's not an According to Hoyle PBC fighter, he fights on the same platform as their fighters. And you don't see Danny I mean, I would like to see Danny Garcia versus Boots Ennis so that Boots will knock his ass out. I would love that shit. Flying out to AJ and Usyk from LA. Make fights and folks will pay up. You know the CI and the LD. Oh, Sancho. I didn't even know that was you, Sancho. Who say Canelo is not a draw when yo, real shit, bro. Look. All that shit that they doing, right? And I try not to knock nobody hustle, and I try not to say bad things. Like I try to stay away from just attacking content creators and things like that. But I be saying it all the time. They're like, look, you can have 50,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or 200,000 subscribers, right? Unless those are paying customers that pay money for boxing the way that me and you pay money for boxing, that 200,000 ain't about shit. That could be 200,000 motherfuckers that be stealing fights. And if the audience that you cater to don't move the needle, you singing to the choir then. You singing to the choir. You got to get through to the people that pay cash money for boxing, the real paying customers, the people with DAZN subscriptions, ESPN Plus subscriptions, Showtime subscriptions, the people over there in the United Kingdom that got Sky Sports and BT Box Office and DAZN over there. Those is the people you want to be talking to, because talking to a bunch of guys that's going to be stealing a guy, that shit ain't about nothing. What you talking to them for? The cats don't matter. They don't move the needle. They don't make a dent. The shit is wild, bro. And like I said, if that look, I feel like Canelo's pay-per-view can outperform the pay-per-views that we've been seeing so far. I feel like he can. But even if he outperforms them, that doesn't mean it won't flop. He could do 300, 400,000 and outperform them. He could do 500,000 and outperform them. But how many pay-per-views does he have to actually sell just to generate the 50 million? It's something like 625,000 pay-per-views they got to sell to just generate 50 million. In reality, they probably got to sell more than that just to break even. They probably got to sell like 725,000, close to $1 million. And that's all before they even start making money. That's before they start making money. It's wild out here. Nowadays, we could go to a bar. Yeah, but the bar, they get money off the bar. They get money off the bar. So that ain't even money lost. They get money off the bar. PBC not only kills the sport, they kill their own fighters. DAZN was literally giving money away. You telling me, look, the only real reason I feel that Sean was able to do this is because they don't have nothing for him to do. He can't Errol is incapacitated. Ugas just fought. He ain't gonna fight for another couple of months. And if he do fight again, who say he want to fight Porter again? He got a belt now. He probably want to wait for Errol. All right. So you don't got Errol, and really, who wanted to see a Porter Errol rematch anyway? Who wanted to see a Porter Ugas rematch? Who wanted to see a Danny Garcia rematch, a Keith Thurman? You talking about a guy that done fought everybody that you got. What else is there for him to do? I feel like the reason that he did that is because they don't have nothing for him over there to do. What they got for him to do? Fight Sergey Lipinets? Fight Boots? Will he make $4 million or upwards of $4 million fighting Boots? Nah. I feel like, the only reason they let him do that, or the only reason they ain't get in the way and all of that, is because, one, y'all don't got nothing for him to do. Two, all y'all bread is tied up with Canelo. You could see it. They're like, y'all must have really exhausted all y'all resources trying to get that man them 40 M's. Because even the poster looked like some, dog, I could have sat here and made a better poster than that on my phone. The poster that they made, I'm going to tell you, Digital Image Creations, JC Designs. They could have got either one of those two guys to make a poster, and it would have looked better than the official shit that they made. They shit looked like some template shit, like some Microsoft XP looking shit. Like, bro, like, this is a $50 million fight, but this don't look like a $50 million poster. You couldn't do better than that? Appreciate that, LT. Exactly. Content creators with subs like Garcia and Tank IG followers can't even get 5% of subs or follow the exactly. Look. Motherfucking Jake Paul got I don't know how many millions of followers, but not even 1 million bought his fight. Not even 1 million. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that the shit you see on social media can be very deceiving. It can make somebody seem like, yeah, you famous, like you popping. But they not spending bread on you, though. They not spending bread on you. You got to get it to where they spending bread. And the only way to do that is the old-fashioned way. You got to make fights that people want to see. You got to make fights that motherfuckers want to see. This is wild. And like, I understood where he was coming from. This is wild. Understand where he coming from, but you got to understand that Kambosos is not a big name opponent. So how you going to want big money for an opponent that's not a big name opponent? Every fight ain't worth the same money. That's common sense. You can't get for Kambosos what you get for Lomachenko, or you can't get more than that. You got to wait. You got to play the game. A lot of people don't know the difference between the short game and the long game. And now that costed you a year, bro. In that year, mad different stuff happened. And your career best win just faded into the background. People ain't even talking about it like that no more. Now they wondering like, where is this guy? Where is this guy? The guy that beat Lomachenko, where is he? What is he doing? Now this, they gonna get my money for this. Bad man from Omaha, Nebraska. Sean Porter from Ohio. I used to get it in Ohio. All right? That's a good fight. This is a good fight. They're going to get my breath for this. And I want to thank Sean Porter for not being like Ryan Garcia, for not being like Jojo Diaz. They was both mandatory challenges for a title. They chose to do other things. Sean, he made good on his word. He stayed in character. This is a man that fought Kell Brook. This is a man that fought Ugas, fought Thurman, fought Garcia, fought Spence, fought Granados, fought Broner. He fought everybody, and he bought the fight again. Shout out to Sean Porter. These fighters think they rock. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, though? They all think they Ronaldo and Messi, B. They really, and when I say what I'm saying, it's not to hurt nobody's feelings or to belittle or berate anybody, but it's the truth, all right? It's only 2 stars in the sport of boxing right now. 2, maybe 3. It's Canelo and Anthony Joshua. All y'all other cats, they don't be knowing y'all. They don't be knowing y'all like that. So you got to do what you got to do to get your marquee value up so you can get them big purses. And if you fighting once a year or you all held up in some shit, nah, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself. I seen a dude arguing with Dan Raphael this morning about Gary fucking Russell. Bro, who you think give a fuck about Gary Russell? On some real G shit. That dude been fighting once a year for like 6-7 years, bro. The dude has not fought since February of last year, bro. Enough. Enough with the victim shit. That dude been talking crazy shit, saying, nah, I ain't a PBC fighter. I could go where I want. Then why the fuck you ain't go nowhere then? So if you could go where you want and you didn't go nowhere, what you telling me is, oh, so you don't want to fight. All right, then people not going to give a fuck about you. It'll be the wildest shit if Leo Santa Cruz manages to get knocked out and come back to the ring inside of 12 months. That'll be the funniest, because remember, Leo got knocked out in October of last year, right? So let's say he come back this October, or let's say he come back in December. If Gary don't have one fight this year, and Leo could get knocked out and come back in that year, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Do you know how much shit happened since motherfucking Gary Russell fought? Since Gary Russell fought, Dillian White got knocked out, then had the rematch and won the shit, and now he about to have another fight in October. This is all and Gary don't even have a fight date. And these is the guys that me and you are supposed to feel sorry for. I'm supposed to feel sorry that Gary rather do interviews than have fights. I'm supposed to feel you said it yourself. Eddie Hearn offered you $1 million, bro. You don't want to be out there. And it is what it is. It is what it is. How the fuck is that possible that Dillian White in the heavyweight division may have 3 fights in the time it's taking Gary Russell to have 1? That's crazy. And then you gonna compare yourself to Hagler. That's crazy. Yo, that's wild, B. Look, in the Hagler era, you don't make it through a belt. Hagler had to fight 46 times before he even got to fight for a belt, let alone win one. He fought Antifermo for the WBA and the WBC, but they scored it a draw. He didn't win a belt till he got to Minter, and that was after the Antifermo fight. I'm spending $6,000 to go to AJ Usyk as a vacation. That's a flight from LA, hotel suite for 9 days and a ticket. Only a start. Yo, that's real. Ain't it the truth though, Drew? Ain't it the truth? If you look at how many gimmicks, right? They don't have to use for that fight. They don't gotta give you a stupid story. They don't gotta have motherfuckers faking the funk. They don't gotta do none of that dumb shit. Shout out to Alexis. I'm gonna get back to you. They don't gotta do none of that dumb shit. They make the fight because they know we want to see it. We know it's a good fight, and you don't need the bells and the whistles and the bullshit and the sound bite. Like you don't need John Fury making promises and shaking his fists at the sky. You don't need none of that corny ass shit. Just make the fucking fights. With these they gotta put some culottes and hang some curtains and sell you a dream and make you This cat talking about he gonna fight Dillian White. Really, bro? Really, bro? I ain't even get the chance to talk about the lawsuit. I gotta talk about that tomorrow because Dillian White about to do a lawsuit on these guys. He not playing. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Because if he don't, they gonna keep playing with him. That shit is wild. When I read that shit, Gary Russell comparing himself to Hagler, talking about he a throwback fighter, bro, you wouldn't make it back there. Not on the schedule that you on. You've been done retired before you. That man fought 46 times before they let him sniff at a belt. 46 times. You fought fucking 6 times in 6 years. And you haven't even fought this year. And you gonna compare yourself to Hagler? You crazy, bro. Yeah, man. He got a lawsuit, man. It's a whole for real lawsuit, B. It's a whole, like, he not playing. He should have been sued the WBC, dude, but now I don't really think he has a case. I don't want to talk about it now, but he does have a case. Matter of fact, I'll do it. Why not? The reason he has a case is because he fought Povetkin in March, right? So he regained the interim title in March. And since March, the WBC have not given him an answer for what's going to happen. When are you going to order my fight? We in September now. I won an interim in March. You putting me on the back burner for them. I don't got no allegiance to them. I don't got no loyalty, no obligation, no nothing going on with them. Whatever's in their contract is their business. What I know is I'm your interim champion. You owe me a title shot. Never mind them and what they got going on. When do I get the fight? That's why he got a case. That's why he got a case. Is it a strong case? Why does T.O. sound nervous when asked about Loma rematch, even though that's his? You know why, bro. You know why. You know why. You like me and you think the same, bro. You know why. You know why. And I don't got no hate for that kid, bro. But I know what I'm saying. If it's easy, you do it again. When Roy fought Tarver the first time, they gave it to Roy. But Tarver in his heart knew, yo, I got Roy's number. I just got to fight him again. I got his number. I got him. The second fight, what he do? He knocked Roy smooth out the motherfucker under the ring ropes. When you know, B. When you know. If you feel that in the second fight, yeah, I could beat him worse than I beat him in the first fight. I could beat him. I got him. I'm not worried. I got him. And y'all gonna pay me what? Y'all gonna pay me more money for the rematch than the first fight? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it. If I believe I could do it. If I believe I could do it. Tarver believed he could do it. And Tarver lost the first Jones Jr. fight. A lot of people don't remember that. The first fight, they gave it to Roy. But because it was close, Roy, being Roy, and I love him, he gave him the rematch. And that was his downfall. That was his downfall. T.O. acting very American and not like a Latino fighter. I thought he won and was, I was high on him. But he moving funny now, very funny. I was high on him. I thought he was the light bearer. I thought he was the example. They're like, yo, this is what you got to do, and this is how you got to be. If you want to be a star, this is what you got to do. And now, the shit that bothers me about the whole thing, right? Gervonta Davis is not a star. He's not, right? But because of how you moving, if your pay-per-view don't do good, you can't tell him shit. You can't tell him shit. Belts and all, you can't tell him. Why? Marquee, fighting-wise, you could tell him some shit. Marquee value-wise, you can't tell him no shit. Not if you go out there and your pay-per-view don't do the same kind of numbers that his pay-per-view do. You fucked yourself. Top Rank had you good. Top Rank would have put you in there with Kambosos, take care of that man, and then you have a big fight at the end of the year. Ride that wave and keep it going. Nah, you focus on the short game. You think they got to pay you an arm and a leg, and it's not a big fight. Letting people go in your ear, telling you shit, hyping you up, putting a battery in your back. You gotta stay away from people like that, man. Them people that always agree with everything you say, that don't challenge you, you gotta stay the fuck away from people like that. Because those is the people that have had you in some fucked up ass situations. It ain't the motherfuckers that's telling you like, chill. It's the motherfucker, yeah man, hype man. If T.O. next fight after Kambosos is not Ramirez, Prograis, Taylor, or Haney, he getting, you know it. You know it. It already started. I seen when on Saturday when he was on ESPN. I looked on Twitter and it was already cats talking about, man, him and his daddy full of shit. Him and his daddy full of shit. Him and his daddy full of shit. If it ain't certain guys that he fight next, they gonna be all over him. And I'm not saying that to attack him. It's just the truth. They gonna be all over him like, yo, dog, if you confident that you could beat Loma 2 times, right? Or you confident that you could beat him worse in the second fight than you did in the first, why wouldn't you do it for more money? It's more money now. The crowds is back. The rematch would be on pay-per-view. Why wouldn't you want to do that? See, to me and you, Sancho, we know what, like me, if you really feel it's light work and it's easy, why would you not do it for more money? They're offering you more money. then you fought them for less money than they offering you. Why wouldn't you do it? Light work, right? He ain't shit. You already beat him. What's the problem? And I want to get Alexis in on this spicy talks, because Alexis always got some real good takes. I hope this joint don't start acting stupid on the stream, y'all, because it be bugging out sometimes. I don't know why it be bugging out. You know what I'm saying? It's real shit, yo. And I'm shout out to Drew, because he sees it. He's one of the only cats I see saying that shit. That it's the truth, bro. If they offering you more money now for a rematch, why would you not take it? You fought him for less money than they offering you. They offering you more money now, and the crowds is back, and you don't want to take it. Why not? You probably could beat him before you beat Prograis. You probably could beat him before you beat Ramirez. You probably could beat him before you beat Taylor. Why wouldn't you take the fight? It doesn't make sense unless. What's the unless? What's the unless, Drew? What's the unless? Because to me, it made like, yo, dog, I beat this dude already. And y'all want to give me more money to beat the same dude that I beat already? Hell yeah, give me that. I'd do it again. I'd do it better. Unless. Because Eric, I ain't say it. Let me put it up here for y'all to see it. I ain't say it. I didn't say it. Tell me if you beat the dude already for, let's say, 1.2 or 1.5, and then they turn around and they say, yo, right now we got 4 for you, bro. Let's say they like, yo, we got 3 and 4 for you, bro, and that's the upfront money. That's not even counting the upside of the pay-per-view. Why would you not fight him? Gentlemen on the panel, how you doing?
What's going on? What's up?
What I want to get Alexis to weigh in on this shit. Our boy Teofimo, you know what I mean? Being a little bit difficult. We talk about it all the time, right? And why do you think he doesn't want that rematch?
It's the weight. He had a window to make that kind of weight again. Right after when he beat Lomachenko. But you got to really understand that he has been he's been inconsistent, but consistent in a way, in saying that he has been having trouble making a weight, even for the Lomachenko fight. Before the Lomachenko fight, he was already, trying to move up and stuff. But then came that victory, and then he had to show out, and he bit off more than he could chew. It was the stupidest thing ever, man. The guy was stupidest thing ever, yeah, it was right? 1986 Mets. And now, for him to make that weight is a struggle. It really is. He can't make that weight. I don't think he's afraid of fighting Lomachenko again. I think that he's concerned. Let's put it to you, concerned that he may not have enough left in him to take on a Lomachenko after making that weight. So he might as well move up. I wouldn't blame the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a T.O. hater. I'm not.
Me neither.
But
I don't want. Let me preface everything. Nobody is here to hate on this kid. We just trying to understand what it is he's saying, because it doesn't make sense in certain ways. It doesn't make sense. So, to you, it's the weight, Alexis.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pass it. Hold on, let me read the super chat. Meanwhile, Virgil Ortiz having 3 fights this year, and Latino fan base is riding with him. They love a humble fighter who talks smack after a win, unlike mental health Ryan and Takeover Tio. And it's the truth. Look, Virgil, shout out to Steve Kim, because he came up with this. He calls Virgil low maintenance. Why? You don't hear this diva shit. You don't hear this peacock shit, this crying. You don't get none of that, all right? Yo, y'all gotta sort your mics out. Sort your mics. You don't hear none of that. Just all that stupid shit in between fights. They get that kid a fight. He fight the fight. People are entertained by the fight, and then on to the next one. Business as usual. No motherfucking strings attached. Business as usual. That's what people like to see. And look, I'm not telling nobody to sell themselves short, but this is the market, bro. A lot of cats ain't superstars. It ain't just T.O. It's a lot of cats that ain't superstars. So don't feel bad when people tell you that. They're like, yo, dog, you got a ways to go before you a superstar. Because just like Alexis always says, you don't have the built-in Mexican contingent. You don't have them. You don't. Oscar got them, but you don't. So you gotta work, you gotta move different, bro. You do. You have to move different. You could get there. But you can't think, oh, well, I beat Lomachenko and I'm the shit. You do realize that Salido beat Lomachenko and he wasn't the shit. Was they hang like really? Did Salido go on to make millions upon millions? He beat Lomachenko. Motherfuckers got to use their head out here. Eson, what's the real reason he don't want to fight Lomachenko?
Hear me?
Yeah, what's the real reason he don't want to fight Lomachenko? When he says that there's no reason to do that fight, what does that communicate to you?
Like, he fought him, so I don't want to say he's scared, but he's giving off scared energy. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like he's worried. And personally, from what I saw in that fight, if Loma's healthy, because I'm not trying to make excuses for him, TO1, whatever. But yeah, Loma clearly had an injury with his shoulder. You could tell. And he literally got surgery right after the fight. So I'm thinking, like, maybe he saw how the second half of that fight went. And now he's thinking, if he's healthy, maybe I should just take this W and fucking go and be a dickhead. But
all right,
that's what I'm getting. But maybe he's not. I don't know.
So you getting nervous energy from him?
Yeah, 100. I've been getting that since after the fight. I was not gonna say he's nervous because he just won, but I'm like, the way he's talking is like, bro, if it's so easy, like you said, do it again, and you're gonna get paid way more now, and you're gonna be the A side.
I'll go back to the Magic Man, Mason Dixon, Mason the Line Dixon, Rocky Balboa 5 / Antonio Tarver. After the Roy fight, he knew in his heart, I got him. I just need another fight. I got him. And when he got the other fight, what happened? My guy Roy, my Capricorn brother, he slid him under the ring.
Devastating, man.
Slid him under the ring. Tarver in his heart knew, I could beat this guy. So if you actually got the W, like T.O. got the W, why wouldn't you fight the same guy you beat for more money?
It only makes sense. It's easy work.
Imagine Eric Morales. Thank you for this. Imagine Eric Morales saying no Pacquiao rematch, or Pacquiao saying no Morales. Thank you. It's wild out here what goes on. It's wild out here what goes on with these guys. Virtuoso. You saw what T.O. said on Saturday night. He says he doesn't want to do. He says he doesn't want to do the Lomachenko rematch. What does that communicate to you? Do you believe him, or you take it at face value? What do you think that really is?
I take it at face value. If he wants to be a businessman about it, play hardball. I mean, you gotta really ask for your asking price, but don't overplay your hands. Which unfortunately, that's what he did with his Cambosos fight. The way he handled his fame after the Lomachenko victory was not. I wouldn't say like he was being like a bitch or anything like that, but like, dude, you're kind of a diva. You are giving off diva tendencies, diva vibes, and like fans want to see you, prove to them again that that the judges didn't just saved your ass and gave you that white ass scorecard at the end. No, you gotta prove them again. Now I don't at the same time I gotta put the emphasis on Loma not enforcing a rematch clause. Like that to me was important. If you wanted that rematch so bad, why did you have a rematch clause?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, Virtuoso. Right? I'm not going knock T.O. if he don't give him a rematch, but that don't mean that I'm not looking at this shit funny, because it still mean what it mean. If you beat this dude, right? If you let's say Virtuoso, you beat the shit out of Doodle in your block, right? And you beat the shit out that dude for $500, right? If I come to you next week and I'm like, yo, look, I got 2,000 for you to beat the shit out that same dude, Common sense. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Why? Because I beat the shit out of him last week for 400.
Exactly.
So what? So when I see him and he like, yo, they offering him more bread. It's gonna be on pay per view. It's gonna be a crowd because it wasn't no crowd when y'all fought. It's a crowd out there now. How would you
Yeah.
not take it?
It's still the best fight to make it lightweight. All these other cats they're not fighting each other.
For real.
Can I just chime in here for a minute?
Go ahead.
Because I don't think that this comparison or with what happened with what's his name you keep bringing him Roy Jones and the other guy Tolliver and this
Only the
and this
only
yeah.
Alexis, only the frame of mind. That's the only reason I'm bringing up. It's the frame of mind of the fighter. It's the frame of
No.
mind.
I understand that. I understand that. But the gentleman who just spoke before did did bring up a very valid point. Lomachenko was in the driver's seat. He was the A side. Okay, he could have put a rematch clause in there from day one. He was not gonna give Tio a damn rematch.
I dig it.
You understand? So Tio's
It's a
gonna.
double-edged
That's why
sword.
I'm not gonna really hold that against what he's gonna do. And the thing about this
No, no,
fighting,
so,
no,
espera,
wait a minute.
espera,
Can I just
wait.
say?
Let's clear this up though. I'm not knocking him if he don't give him a rematch. I'm
Okay.
saying, regardless of what I think, people are looking at you like that though. They are looking at because I seen it on Saturday when he came on
Yeah.
TV. That's how they looking at him.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. The kid, dale a Cesar lo de Cesar. All right.
Está
That's
bien,
what I'm gonna
está
do
bien.
with him. His where he is at for is in the way he's played the whole thing out. This, which was my from day one, my criticism of him after that win was that he was offered. I don't know if you know this, but I got it from a credible source. You got the same source. Um, he was offered the money that he wanted, and it didn't have to be Lomachenko, but it couldn't be Cambosos, right?
They
But
told him to
Tito,
drop the belt.
but if they drop the belt and take on this other, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to hold on to the belt. My most severe criticism of him comes from, dude, you can't make the fucking weight. You know it's a problem for you. You know you ultimately want to go and get Taylor, right? Why would you be holding on to this belt? Why are you making a big stink of this over George Campbell? To prove a point to who? You understand? So that's what I'm holding on to him. But all this other stuff about, the outcome of that fight, to me, Lomachenko didn't want contact with Teofimo Lopez. He
Okay.
did.
Let
Every
me read.
time he,
Let
every
me read
time,
the
wait a
super
minute.
chat, bro. Let me read the super chat, then I'll get back to you. Rematches and trilogies are what make boxers icons. Ali versus Frazier, Duran versus Leonard. T.O. can't say it's about legacy and duck legacy fights. I'm also not knocking T.O. with no rematch, but there is a short list of acceptable opponents after Cambosos. Yeah, and that's true. It's a very short list. There's 4 fucking fighters. Anybody else, they're gonna be all over him. That's the truth.
I'll take this. All right. I'll just say this. As far as Lomachenko acting this and shows it, I don't know, man. Listen, what I saw is that when Lomachenko got close and Lomachenko was doing his little dance move that he likes to do, Teal had him timed. It was obvious that he'd been watching Lomachenko for years,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a plan for him. He was spinning right along with him, and Lomachenko did not like getting touched to the body. And every time he got touched to the body, he felt this kid's power and said, "I don't want any of that."
Mm.
Then at the end, he threw. He did the Lomachenko thing, but it was only his spurs. Tio had that kid out. I mean, Tio had Lomachenko out, and then the ref got in the way of the knockout. I don't know if you guys remember that. You know,
Look,
so
Alexis,
but 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 this is
I
I
see your point that he had him, right? But let's just say he had him. The same applies, bro. If you told me, yo, I beat this dude last week, they gave me 500 to fight this dude last week, and then you come to me this week and you got 2,000 or 3,000, hell yeah, I'm gonna take it. That's fuck. I did it for less.
no
Hell
doubt
yeah.
about it. No doubt about it. but Tio knows that he's not the same guy right now because of his own fault. He's not the same guy. It's a year later for weight class that he's already struggling. It's a whole entire year later.
That's
And
true.
not and then you're gonna go and get Lomachenko after Kambosos.
That's
So that's
true.
even more time. He can't do it. And as far as what I would accept from him, I would accept that he moves on. Clear, plain, period, end the story. He goes up, maybe gets a Barboza. Arnold Barboza can't seem to
I'll take
find
Arnold.
nobody.
All right, all right. See. This is why I like Alexis because he pay attention. If he fought Arnold Barboza, I'll take it. I
There
would
you
take that.
go.
I
There
would
you
take
go.
that.
There you go.
And
Arnold Barboza, somebody of that ilk in the 140 category, and then builds towards Josh Taylor. That's all acceptable to me. I can't, I'm going to kill the kid for his stupidity and overzealousness. Yes, I'm holding him accountable for that. But for all that other stuff now, man, and Lomachenko again. Why didn't you put the rematch clause in the? I'm not gonna feel sorry for that guy.
no, I don't. See, this is the misconception because it's a thin line. It's not like to me. It's not about feeling sorry for Lomachenko. El lío es que lo que tú dijiste. He's still at lightweight, bro. You still got them belts. If after the fight you moved up and you say, Loma, suck my whole dick twice on a Sunday. Fuck your rematch. If you wanted a rematch, you should have did something about it. You didn't. That's not my problem. But you still at lightweight defending belts. So it look a certain way that you still there. You still there, bro. With him, with Haney, with these people. You still there, bro. So you didn't move up. So until you move up, I can't ignore that. Like, yo, you still at lightweight though, bro. You still there. And they offering you bread. A lot of this shit is common sense shit. If you feel that you gonna go in there and you telling me the same thing too, you telling me what I'm thinking. They're like, yo, you don't feel the same about that fight. Regardless of why, you don't feel the same about that fight. It's different now because a year passed and you don't get to him until after Kambosos. You don't fight him. So it still means the same thing. You're not approaching that second fight with the frame of mind that you approached the first fight. Now, Tarver, the reason I bring him up is because of his frame of mind. They gave him an L in the first Jones Jr. fight, but he knew, I got this guy, man. I got him. The way he is with other fighters, he not that way with me. It's something about me. He just don't like that shit. The motherfucking Magic Man, Mason Dixon, the line, right? You get him in that ring a second time, knock his ass smooth out. You don't have the frame of mind that he had. You don't have it. That's what I'm saying.
No, definitely. You're right.
It's interesting you mentioned like
You got a point.
Antonio Tarver, but like, damn, like, yo, what happened to his like career trajectory after Roy Jones, man?
Well,
Yeah, it's like he didn't have any success after.
No, it's not. It's that people don't understand boxing, right? Jeff Horn upset Manny Pacquiao, right? And Jeff Horn went on to have more success than Ugas is gonna have because Jeff Horn had big fights after that. The Tim Tszyu fight was a big fight. The Anthony Mundine fight, I think. Did he fight Mundine? I can't remember. I know he fought Zarafa 2 times, and the rematch was big. All right, you either have fucking fans or you don't, and the shit you do and how you behave is how you get fans. It's not just the fight; it's how you behave and whether people like who you are. All right, motherfucking Oscar lost a couple of big fights, but motherfuckers will still tell you Oscar was a bad motherfucker, and they right. He's a bad motherfucker. Win or lose, what? Because he fought everybody. He fucking fought He fucking. Who the fuck did Oscar not fight? Fish con todo the weird shit. He was still an excellent fucking fighter.
He was tripping with all that shit, man.
He sniffs a lot of coke, man. That's a hell of a drug.
Chavez was a fucking cokehead, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Chavez was just, like, look. Oscar was always sweet, bro. He was, and that's all right. You could be sweet because he could fight. At least he was a sweet motherfucker that could fight. because he could fight. Watch his fights. I'm telling you now, if I go in a time machine,
coming in hot.
if I go in a time machine and I bring the Oscar from way back when to this era, 95% of these guys don't beat him. Maybe 99. They don't beat that guy. That dude, for all his sweet shit, he was an animal. For all
Yeah, he
his sweet
was.
shit.
He was.
Looks good kill.
Got Bud Crawford by KO 8th round stoppage. I'm spending my bread on this one. We got to get to the next fight, the next subject, because we spent a lot of time
Yes,
on
sir.
Tio. We all get real
Good, thank
passionate.
goodness.
We all
Yeah.
get real passionate when we talk about that Tio shit, because it's like, yo, that was really some boneheaded shit. Like a lot of guys, and I'm going to leave it with this. A lot of guys go their whole career like Keith Thurman and don't have a victory like the one you got.
Yo,
Literally.
Julius, real quick. The Triller had another card ahead of this Ja Rule versus Fat Joe.
Yeah, they had like Pablo Cano versus they had some shit on there. I only cared about Franchon Cruz, bro. Like that's
Did she?
literally.
Oh, she fight? She fought?
No, she didn't fucking fight. That's why I'm not
Oh my
watching that
God.
shit. They fucked it
Jesus
up.
Christ. They can't even put Tio. They can't even put Tio with hip hop, bro. Like, come on, he's from New York. Like, come on, man. These
Bro,
people
he
are
fake,
dummies.
bro. That dude is from fucking like I don't know what part. Like they say he from New York, but real shit, that dude from Florida, bro. Chavez was not a pretty boy like Oscar. Thank you. Yeah, like when he sniffed coke, he trying to fuck you up. He get high on coke. He is trying to make you pee blood. The honorable, say it for me one time, Alexis, please.
Bob Allen.
Say it for me, please.
The Honorable Bob Arum.
Yes.
But say it how you be. Say the shit how you be saying the shit.
Bro, on Twitter when he types that shit, I always laugh.
Hey, listen, man. My phone is fucking up. I'm fucking up your show, bro. I'll just say this: the Honorable Bob Arum. Can I just introduce the subject?
Please introduce the subject.
The subject is right. This subject is Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. What to many of us, to boxing aficionados, represents a day of celebration, a day that brings to fruition a lot of our hopes for a big fight, represents to PBC lovers, Al Heyman worshipers, a day of reckoning. It is a nightmare for them. This is a nightmare, and I'm going to tell you why. This is a nightmare because in one fight, on one night, Terrence Crawford gets to expose the entire welterweight division. You understand? Because the man that he's fighting has the entire PBC roster on his resume. Don't argue with me, coño.
Recoñazo, coño.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this.
This is a statement.
Let me say this. Let me just say this. For starters, there were a lot of people that wanted to attack my guy Bob, saying that Bob is protecting Crawford. No, saying that Bob don't want to pay for shit. Yet it's out there. Mike Coppinger tweeted it. He said that the PBC did not want to be involved. They did not want, and this is before the purse bid got ordered. He said they didn't want to be involved. They was not down to pay for shit. A long time ago, I said that if you think you're worth more than what Bob is offering you, right? If you think you're worth more than that, then let your people pay. And what we see, your people didn't want to pay. Your career high purse, and I think it could be a career high because Sean is guaranteed 4. He was only guaranteed 2 to fight Errol. They're guaranteeing him 4 to fight Crawford. And that's just the upfront money, right? If your people believed in you and all that extra shit, they would have put the bread up. And you see, when it was time for them to put the bread up, they vanished. Oh no, we don't want nothing to do with it. Let Top Rank do the shit. And y'all decided that weeks ago. Let Top Rank do the shit. So that means if the purse bid would have went through, they wasn't even going to be there. Tom Brown, and they wasn't gonna be there. They already decided. But y'all want to hate on Bob, right? 50 fucking years of boxing, you fucking casuals, you fucking morons. Do you think you can make it in this? Do you know how many promoters have come and gone? For perspective, you fucking filthy casuals, Don King has come and gone in boxing. All he has is Trevor
Say
Bryant.
it again.
Bro,
Say it again.
You fucking morons.
The honorable
Bob is still
fucking
here,
Arrow.
smoking weed and making fights that you want to see.
Oh
I should
man.
rephrase that. They don't want to see this fight. They don't want this.
This is a nightmare.
not-
This is
they
a
never
nightmare
want
for them, brother. This is a night. While we're rejoicing, they are shitting in their pants, cursing the day. And what's worse for them, right? What's worse for them, because they might have taken the fight if it would have gone to first bid, and then it had to be on the zone, because then they'll make a big deal of, yeah, Bob ain't pay for that shit, and that fight is garbage, it's on that zone. They would have found some kind of redeeming value to the situation that would, that would have made it more palatable for them. But this right here, being on ESPN Plus, on the, listen, this is a nightmare. And this might as well be Elm Street, man. And Bob, the honorable Bob Arum, is Freddy Krueger, brother. You dig? It's crazy out here right now. It's crazy.
It's you know what's wild to me? Bob, the relationship that they have with Bob. I'm gonna mute the mic for a second because it's cracking.
I'm gonna mute it.
I bet. The relationship that they have with Bob is a microcosm for the relationship that the youth has with society in modern society. It's a lot of wisdom there. He told T.O., yo, man, that fucking fight, I'm not gonna go broke trying to make that fucking fight. I'm not. You fucking wildin', and you paying for that shit, all right? Now, all that PBC and spend shit, when Bob wanted to make the fight, y'all wanted to pussyfoot around with Errol. Errol flipped that Ferrari. He not the same guy. His retina getting detached with headgear on. All right? You fucked that up, bro. Y'all fucked it. It's a lot of wisdom in that old man. But y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to pay attention to your elders. All right? Now, Bob has a fight, the premier welterweight fight, and he don't even got all the welterweights. It kind of goes back to what Alexis said about how Eddie Hearn has this gigantic budget. All this money from Sky he had, money from the Zone, but Bob would do more with 80 or 100 million. Bob would do more with a little bit because he come from the slum. He got it from the mud. Y'all don't realize that. Got it from the mud. He'll do more with that 80 and that hundo. And I love Eddie. Don't get me. I love Eddie. I think he has vision and passion, which I admire. But Bob is a motherfucker, and he ain't been around this long because he's what you motherfuckers think he is. Nah, y'all don't know what y'all looking at. It's real shit.
In Spanish se dice, más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. You understand? Más sabe el diablo por viejo que por diablo. That's Bob Arum. He's been around. And the thing is, you come from two, like you just said, you just read it, but I'm just saying, like, when people talk about this money being thrown around, you got to understand that the mentality that's directing the money and directing this fight and directing the business is too different from anybody else, man. This is a guy that started a business with a diner's card, his credit card. He started this business. So of course he's gonna look at shit different. This is a man that also experienced when his company was barely 5 years old. Just think, when his company was barely 5 years old, he experienced the number one attraction in boxing in the world, Muhammad Ali, walk away from him and go to Don King. He saw that happen. His company was still 5 years old, bro. He walked away from a partnership with Bob Arum to go make $5 million against in Africa. So he lost him, and with him went the entire heavyweight division, just like that, in one fucking fight, bro. And in that situation, Bob Arum reinvented the company, and still around and still became number one. So you can't. So you guys are. Oh well, Pacquiao left and Floyd left. You think and this guy left and that. You think he gives a fuck, motherfucker?
It's
Muhammad
not even.
Ali left.
It's not even that. It's like
You
when they
crazy.
leave, and what they become, and the value that they have was built at Top Rank. All right. The
Every
only reason,
story. End of story.
the only fucking reason that Gary Russell is even a passing thought is because he fought a Top Rank fighter. Top Rank is the bar, not PBC. No, that's not the. That's where Top Rank fighters go to die. Ain't that what Brandon Rios went?
Yo, that's cold. That's what Top Rank goes. Yo, PBC is a Top Rank cemetery. Boom.
Boom. Stop me when I tell a lie. All right? PBC fighters, they can't cut it at Top Rank, bro. No. Go
It's
ahead.
Bellator.
Let Marcus Brown and look, Jean Pascal couldn't hack it with Bivol at Matchroom. What you think Artur would have did to that man if he go rushing in there doing all that crazy? You getting slept, bro. You getting put out because Bob don't have time to coddle you, and that's why I love him. He don't have bro. We not here for that. I'm not here to baby you. I'm not. I'm here to make fucking fights that people want to see because that's where the bread at.
And what was the advice that he gives Terrence Crawford? You think he's crying about Terrence Crawford leaving this last fight? He said, Papa, listen, it's okay. Just stay free agent.
No, pero ese
es
el consejo. Pero es un consejo. Es un consejo que sirve. It's like, they act like because, for example, the Rigondeaux situation, right? That situation kills me. Bob didn't fuck Rigondeaux.
No.
I'll admit, Bob didn't like Rigondeaux. No, he didn't like him. You fucked up my guy that was gonna make me money. I'm not gonna like you. Why? Because I can't make no money with you. But for all this violin playing and all this sad sob story bullshit, okay, what was stopping the fans from supporting Rigo? Not a goddamn fucking thing. The reason he ended up the way he ended up is because y'all not his fans. You are just Nonito's haters. You're Lomachenko's haters. That's all you are. You're not Rigondeaux fans. When he went over there and fought Jazza Dickens, y'all didn't watch that fucking fight. Y'all didn't watch that fight. You're full of shit. And you do this with every top-ranked fighter. You are not a Rigo fan. You're a Lomachenko hater. You're not a Tio. You know what I mean? Like, they do this with all these guys. Top rank builds a solid fighter, a solid prospect to a contender, to a champion, and what y'all get jealous. It's the same shit with Katie Taylor, I'm sorry to say, even though she's not a top rank fighter. Y'all don't care about Amanda Serrano. You're just jealous of Katie Taylor. You see this woman getting all this praise. Ooh, it's the same thing. Some sick jealousy shit these motherfuckers got. Fuck out of here. All Bob did was let the man be free. If Al Heyman was this activist that y'all make him out to be, he wouldn't have blocked him from fighting Leo.
Thank you. But you know what? Can we just divert for a little bit? Just let me, please. Because every time the subject of Rigo comes up, man, I lose my fucking mind. There's this guy, I don't know what's his name. Oh, Maestro. I know he's cool with you. He's cool. He's a cool guy. He's a rapper.
I know the Maestro from the BS.
Yeah, he's cool dude, cool guy. But the man protects. He blames everything that has befallen Rigo on Bob Arum. So him and I had this discourse. He said, because Bob Arum, he blackballed him and this and that. And I'm like, listen, stop. All Bob did was let him go. He let him go with a belt.
Yeah.
And he let him go because HBO didn't want him. And HBO didn't want him because of the shit that he pulled against, what's his name? Agbiko.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a terrible fucking fight.
That was his night. And let me just run down real quickly. He beats Nonito Donaire. So Bob gives him his only begotten son. The second coming of Philip of Manny Pacquiao. He's trying to put him on that, trajectory. He just had him there. He was working. It was going like freaking Donaire was like some shit.
Yeah.
He
Filipino
puts him in
Flash.
the ring. He puts him in the ring against Rigando. Rigando puts on a boxing clinic. Max Kellerman can't stop talking about the guy. He had him as pound for pound number one. He was pound for pound number one for Kellerman. Everybody gotta remember this. Then they follow a fight. He goes against Joseph Agbiko, a guy who's much more talented than, much more quicker than, and he can't just chooses to put on a snoozer. That's on Rigo. So Bob, HBO said, didn't like him. Think I can't pay for this guy. He's not gonna be on our TV. Fine, let him go. He's free with the belt, number one pound for pound rank, the whole nine, the whole spiel.
Yeah. Lineal,
And
Ring
freaking-
Magazine,
Yeah,
Unified.
literally all that. The whole, his name intact, undefeated. Rigo. Oscar De La Hoya has a young man. That young man is named Leo Santa Cruz. Oscar, who came up through the top rank way, where you knock dudes out to get to where you gotta go. Because people think that Oscar De La Hoya is just another pretty face. This man had immense balls, immense talent, and went through the ringer to become who he became.
Yep.
Because Top Rank's gonna test you and put you in some tough ass fights.
No,
So he figures, and he says, Leo Santa Cruz, let's make this fight. Mexicans wanted it. That fight had buzz. Am I right or wrong? Am I lying?
It's true. No, it's true. People was asking for that shit.
Okay,
It's
so
true.
here's Leo Santa Cruz get that fight against Rigo. And who the hell comes in to save Leo Santa Cruz? Al Heyman blocks this thing from happening. But my man Maestro doesn't want to talk about that. Right?
I mean,
That
listen. All Bob did was, you see how he just let Elvis Rodriguez go, the Dominican kid?
That's it.
That's it. You see how he let
No.
Carlos, you see how he let Oscar Rivas. He let Oscar Rivas go. They signed him and then they let him go. He didn't stop him. Yeah. Because, and I understand why he did it.
For
I
the
understand.
Bridgerweight thing.
Not that. No, he been did it, and I think it was through the pandemic because it was like, well, we don't got shit for you to do right now, bro. So we might as well let you go. Look, letting him go does not stop him from getting fights. Bob don't got a goddamn fucking thing to do with him not getting Carl Frampton, him not getting Leo Santa Cruz, him not getting Scott. That don't got nothing to do with Bob, and that's what fucked up Rigo's career, that he didn't get to have those fights.
But
Bob didn't stop none of that from happening.
But listen, just one more thing. He doesn't get Leo Santa Cruz, gets blocked by Al Heyman because, let's not cry a river for Rigo. Then he ends up getting with what's this guys? Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z gives him like $10 million for 4 years or something like that. In that between time, he gets a premier, exquisite precision as the co-feature to one of the biggest fights of the year, Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto. I mean, about 800,000 people paid for that pay-per-view for that pay-per-view. He gets he gets the co-feature, and what does he do in that co-feature, man?
La misma mierda de siempre.
That Joseph Agbiko.
And let me read the super chats because they're piling up. People be mad at Bob is a better gangster. Yes, better gangster and lasted in boxing than others. Boxing is still a wise guy racket ran by mobsters. They say it's Bud's toughest fight because Porter gave PBC's best. That's why they say that, Ty. You and I both know it. Appreciate that boxing wave. Damn, you ain't watching. Nah, man. Look. Let me just chime in on this real quick. Everybody mute your mics real quick. Look. Fat Joe, I don't have the stomach for Fat Joe. I don't want to say nothing bad. I can't. I can't. Ever since he stole that pot beat, and most people do, he stole that pot beat, and I can't with Fat Joe. Ja Rule, I liked it, Veni Vidi Vici. Live with it, money, drugs, and murder for life, and deal with it on love them. That was my shit. I liked that album. But all that singing shit after that, That's not my shit. That's not my shit. Damn, that shit hurt my throat. How the
He
fuck he be
became
talk? How I be talking
he
like that?
became a duet singer, man, and it pissed off the listeners. Yo, I just want to chime in real quick about the hate for Bob Aaron, man. I don't understand where this shit's coming from. I feel like kind of reminds me of this. It's funny you mentioned Jay Z. Like this line from a story of OJ. I mean, you know what's more important than throwing money at a strip club? Credit. You ever wonder why Jewish people own all the property in America? That's how they did it.
Credit, credit. Other thing is, I know where the hate comes from. It's all about one singular event, and I look. I understand, now that I'm getting older, that it takes all the flavors and all the colors in the rainbow and all the different personalities to comprise the little blue world that we live in. I understand that. But there are people who are very comfortable being victims. All it is because Bob, let Floyd go. He bought his That's what it's all about. That's one fucking guy, bro. One guy in 50 years. Give me a break. Serious. Give me a break. All right. Yes, Floyd went on to be the top earner. No doubt about it. Fantastic. That's great. I don't take nothing away from Floyd because I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan. But that's one thing. People make mistakes. This bitterness that all these guys got, it's not about Bob. It's about Floyd. You sucking Floyd's dick. All right. If you telling me that you watch boxing and you can't big up Top Rank for all the boxing, you wilding. You're not a boxing fan. You're not a boxer, not to me. I've been watching this sport for too long, too close. All right. Top Rank is the bar, especially today. Top Rank got the fighters that'll fuck your favorite fighter up. They got the fighters. They got them because
And
they
they'll
No,
know
put
what.
but
them.
it's
They'll
like
put them in there tough. They'll put 'em- like that
it's like
guy.
it's
What's the
like a
guy from
sick it's like a sick obsession. Like it's like if their car breaks down, they'll blame Bob Aaron.
It's daddy issues, bro. It's daddy
Yeah.
issues. You know what I'm gonna say? It's daddy issues. It's like that episode of Fresh Prince when he did that crying. Like, look, a lot of people felt that episode, right? And I'm gonna say this. It's a confession. I never met my daddy, and I never lost a wink of sleep over it, right? A lot of other people saw that episode. I felt that shit. Well, he don't want. I was never like that. I wanted for
Me
nothing.
neither.
I wanted for nothing. I never knew my father. I wanted for nothing. I don't. That's not some shit that I think about. I think the only effect that had on me as a grown man is I'm not gonna do that to my kids. I've been with my kids since they were born, raising them.
Mm.
All right, so that's the only effect that had on me. But it's people like that. They walk around with that issue, right? And they project it onto the Floyd and oh, you didn't want Floyd, you didn't love him, you didn't try. That's what that shit is, bro. That's I'm telling you, didn't try. Why don't you want him? That's the fucking bitch ass shit, man. Like, man, y'all got to stop with these daddy. Like, man, look, so you don't know your fucking father. So fucking what? So what? Let it go. The fuck? Listen, that's what it is. Why you think
I
so,
no,
Merch,
I think I
why you think so many motherfuckers stuck on that shit?
it's
Why
not
you
even I don't even think it is like the daddy issues. I think it's like other things like racism, like
it
the world they live in, and
listen,
the
it
daddy
is
issue thing. I think that's you mostly attach that to the Wilder situation
not
because
it's that
it's very
bro.
no, it's very parasocial with Wilder.
Listen, I'm telling you, and I do agree with you that there is a component in there, ethnic, that there's a component in there. But what I see, and I swear I'm trained by the CIA, private sector, is a daddy issue. You didn't love Floyd, and he was the best. You didn't love him, you fucking. Oh God, with your fucking daddy issue, I can't like I couldn't do nothing or if my brain worked like that, bro, like how your brain work like that? How you
Mm,
function? You just all this bitch assness. There's people like me, they never met their father and they don't give a shit. It's like,
mm.
and the fuck? Let it go. Yes, we 80s babies. A lot of us didn't know our fathers. Big fucking
Yep.
deal. Why don't he want? Everybody highlights that fucking episode of Fresh Prince. as like this. Oh, it was so deep. It was deep if you a crying ass motherfucker. It wasn't deep for me. Well, he don't want me. I laughed when I seen that shit. Like, hey, man,
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks. 'Cause that
Yeah,
shit-
man. Yeah, man. But you know, like just about the fight itself, man. It's great to celebrate this fight, man. I mean, and this is what I wanted to say. That I'm gonna bring God up, man. God is great, man. God don't like ugly, man. And I just see so much I don't know, redemption in
karma.
here,
It's
karma
karma.
and redemption here, because because we can't just blame the PBC fan and these whatever Al Heyman worshippers. Also, the Mike Coppingers of the world that kept perpetuating
Where is he now?
with
ESPN.
ESPN. But
And
and
it's
who else?
pronounced Cappinger
Who else? The other who else is
because
the
the
other
dude be
guy?
capping.
That guy that does the zone guy. The zone guy. What's his name?
Which was Sergio Mora?
The other guy, not Sergio Moron. I
Oh,
can't stand
Chris Mannix.
Chris Mannix, right? That they sit there and report on Terrence Crawford not having getting these fights and his resume and they support this nonsense that the PBC couldn't be doing what they were doing if these journalists listen. There was a
No
guy from
way.
back in the days in the 70s when there was some real journalists. PBC couldn't have they couldn't have.
There's
It would have been
It don't gotta
relentless.
be the 70s. Look. The 80s, the early 90s, even the early 2000s. It don't go. The journals, the New York Post, the Daily News. They'd have been all over you guys. Like,
Listen,
what the fuck are you doing? What are
Dick,
you doing?
there was a dude named Dick Young, bro. That
That
dude
name
used
is
to
familiar.
send shivers down people's spine, man. He was reckless. He was just with that pen game, it was crazy. But these journalists now, man, hey, they just want to be part of the crowd, man, and they supported this. So what I'm saying is this: when it comes to redemption, is that after all those years and the criticism that Terrence Crawford has been getting, he could end up now in his next 5 fights get Sean Porter, Josh Taylor,
Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I like that you brought this up. I like that you brought karma because let's take a head count. Keith Thurman doesn't have a fight.
Mm.
Danny Garcia's going up to 54. You rather get your ass beat at 54 than get your ass beat at 47?
Oh man.
Wait. That says a lot about Terrence Crawford.
Mm.
You don't even want to know. You don't want to try.
Mm.
Who do you think you're going to beat at 50? You're not going to beat anybody at 54. You didn't beat anybody at 47. You're going to start winning. You're going to beat anybody. But that says a lot about you. It can't be him. Don't let him beat me. Not in front of all these people, right? So
Danny's a fucking goofball, bro.
he's a goofball, man.
He's a fucking clown.
I'm telling you, Julius, in one night. I mean, I don't know if you really get what I'm saying. In one freaking night, in
He's
one
gonna knock
fight.
Sean out.
Not only that, he knocks out the entire PBC roster. All that across the street, all that eye test, all that avoiding, all that comes to a head and just busts like a big
Bro,
ugly pimple.
listen. I have processed it. I said it I don't think that people have processed how Sean Porter has helped his stablemates look terrible. Keith, what's your excuse? You have sat out for 2 years doing interviews. Now we know you didn't want this fight. You didn't want this. Sean's getting 4 million, bro. But you wanted it so bad. Yeah, fucking right. Denny, you never even wanted to know. Errol, you fucking alcoholic. Look, man. Every time, and I said it when I said it after. God, thank God that he lived because I don't want to see the man die, right? But usually when I'm in my car with my kids, you think I feel bad for an alcoholic that gets behind the wheel? No, you could get us all killed. I could drive perfect. Don't mean nothing if you over here doing crazy shit.
Mm.
All right, so I don't fit. So look at how karma's coming around. Errol has not fought this whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Keith has not fought this whole year. Denny has not fought this whole year. All right, these was the guy. No, I got to cross the street to fight these guys, these important fucking guys. They're so fucking important. These guys, all these guys that haven't fought in 2021. It's coming around. It's coming around.
You remember that PBC gala they did back in 2018?
Oh yeah,
Basically
they had
like
the
a dick,
suits.
basically waving their dick at HBO. Where are they now?
Exactly.
Oh my God. How about the fact, the orchestration that went into making this deal, right? So, and I'd never really seen this before. You guys correct me if you guys have seen it somewhere else. But when the WBO calls that Mando for Sean Porter, right, against Crawford,
Mm-hmm.
they did so, and it was strict stipulations. They basically did the deal, structured the deal right on the mandatory. They said that because of the special circumstances surrounding both fighters' previous purses, they will base the 60-40 percentage on their last three purses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the average of the last three purses. When I did the math on that, I couldn't, because PPC doesn't report exactly what they make, and there's always this cloak and dagger shit, like woo, and the back end money. Everybody else just signs a contract, right? But these guys is back end money, right? But what if you do it in reverse? You're able to get what Porter made. Why? Because you know what Crawford made.
Yeah, they
So
put the formula.
it was four million for what Kavazlowski, 4 million for Brook, is it Kell Brook, and
Mm-hmm.
then 5.5 million
For Khan.
for Khan. So you average that out, right? And what I came up with was something like this guy was going to get 4.5 million for Crawford, something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then Porter about 3 million and change, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now that you say that that was probably not enough for him, he's about 3 million. So now he's getting 4 million. So what's Crawford making? It's
Close
still
to
got to be
7.
64, 7 at
Close
least.
to 7.
It's
Close to
close to
7.
7.
Close to
So
7.
it's
Pero
man.
yo lo dije. Let me read the super chat.
Go
Would
ahead.
Porter be considered a gatekeeper? Yes, I would consider him a gatekeeper, but an elite gate. I consider him an elite gatekeeper. Back to your point. I said it before. Crawford is guaranteed more money up front than the PBC guys are. Why would I cross the street? I get more up front regardless of who's in that ring
Mm,
than you guys do. You
mm,
got to do a pay-per-view to get what I get.
exactly.
You have to do it. Sean, you were guaranteed 2. You and Spence were guaranteed 2 mil apiece. Maybe you got a little bit more on the side, but remember, I got that for Kavaliauskas.
Mm,
All right, I'm gonna get that. I have to get that. You guys have to go on pay-per-view to get that. I don't. It's a look. I'm not against fighters getting their worth, but bad business is bad business, and stupid is stupid. Stupid is always going to be stupid, and
mm,
only stupid fucking people like ESPN is the biggest sports network in the country. When Terrence Crawford fights on ESPN, millions of people watch. It is
mm,
proven. When he fought Benavidez, so that was the highest ratings for a fight, not just boxing, all combat sports. That fight got the highest ratings that year, right? He had another fight like that. Not just the Brook fight did good numbers too. The Brook fight. They acting like, no, this cat don't sell. This cat, like, you guys are idiots. Nobody listens to y'all, right? Only other dumb, broke motherfuckers listen to each other. I don't listen to you, all right? I know what I see, all right? And this guy's getting money. Why would I leave? I get more than y'all. Cross the street for what? So you could duck me when I get there? You, Thurman, you duck Spence. If I get over there, who say he don't duck me? Sean Porter just took the last 3 years and wiped his ass with it. It ain't about sides of the street. Y'all never wanted to fight. Because I just crossed the street. Sean just crossed the street. Say it. If you wanted to fight, cross the street.
Yep.
You don't say it.
You want to prove your worth, man? Go out and get it. You know,
Go get it.
Don't just wait for this dude to come over to your side and get yours. Get the hell out of here, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what when I just shook my head when Errol Smith said that, and then he get his whole territorial about what is he doing here. Like, come on, man. Like, bro, it's the same analogy I made with Rocky 3. You think Clubber Lang went to fucking Rocky's Balboa's fight just for the fun of it? No, he went to fucking study your bum ass.
Listen. More than that, right? In boxing, no, let's take away the PBC fighters. Let's forget them because this translates throughout all of boxing. You see what Anthony Joshua just said? Do I need Fury? Yes. I want him. I want him for my resume. Do you see Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields? They are so lucky to have each other. They don't even know it. You're so lucky that you have each other because you are going to make each other. All right? Katie Taylor's lucky to have Amanda Serrano. It's the truth. I don't like Amanda, but it's the truth. She's lucky. Be thankful to God that you have her because in this business, you need rivals. This is the only guy I've ever seen in this whole fucking sport that I don't know what he doing here. I'm gonna go ride my horses and then I'm be my family. Like I never
heard that.
I never heard that.
It's unprecedented,
before.
man. Yo, it's like, but yo, I give the same, to Crawford for going on Joe Rogan saying that he don't need Errol Spence when in fact you do, because people.
No,
you have to like.
No. Virtuoso, pay attention. Don't you see? No, he doesn't. Spence is incapacitated. Who is about to have the biggest fight in the welterweight division?
This year, him.
Yeah.
Think about
all
it.
these years, he's having the biggest fight this year in the welterweight division.
I'm telling you.
Can't even argue it.
Listen, Pacquiao just fought Ugas. 250 if they're lucky. I believe they're lying. I actually believe the number is 2, but they're not going to say that, right? If they tell you 250, it's probably 225, right? I think this fight does more than 2.
Yes.
On ESPN, the biggest sports network in the country?
Yes.
They have that engine. They have that engine.
Yes.
When the fall gets here and it's football and all this different shit going on, they're going to talk about that fight. Bro, I think it could do 3 or 4. On ESPN, with the rivalry, and yo, look, Bob I'm not no show. I am for the boxing fan, right? Nobody pays this channel nothing, all right? Aside from you guys, right? And I'm gonna promote the fight. Like, yo, I'm encouraging every single one of y'all buy this fight so that boxing in America behaves itself. Because buy it.
Yeah.
I heard your video. When you said that, man, you gotta buy this fight so that you can get more fights like this. Man, you hit that nail right on the head, man. That's exactly right. You gotta support this fight. It's a great fight. It's nothing can complain about it. It's something that we've wanted to see in the welterweight division, and people have got to come out and just buy
the fight. Buy the fight. And I'll see. I might do a sweepstakes where I buy the fight for one of the subscribers. Wow. I got money. Fucking below $80. What the fuck is that? I spend more than that on jean jackets. Right? Wow. The fight is everything that's right in boxing. He is a challenger. He is a champion. He wants his title shot. We know what he can do. We know what he can do. They are rivals. They're opposing stables. It's everything American boxing needs, all right? And American boxing, never mind. Look, I love Joshua and Usyk. Sensational fight, right? But we're talking about American boxing right now. Yeah, we need this, bro. We don't need Spence and Mikey Garcia or Danny. We didn't need none of that bullshit. We need this. We need this, all right? We've been high on Ukrainians and Japanese guys, and we got 2 homegrown American fighters that like to throw down. buy the fight. All right. You don't gotta buy Davis's bullshit. I'm not. I don't. You don't gotta buy Wilder. I'm not buying. I might not buy Wilder versus Fury. I might not. I really want to see a Jacques versus Sanchez, but I'm still like this.
Yes.
I'm still because that's a good ass fight, man.
Yeah. That's
But
a good fight. I'm gonna buy both of them. I'm gonna buy Fury Wilder. I'm gonna buy Porter, Crawford. I'm definitely gonna buy them both. And the thing is that with the Porter Crawford thing, it had to end up on ESPN Plus because they get more money when it's through the Plus.
yeah.
You know,
and it protects and it's a better. My understanding is that it is a better safeguard against piracy. I don't know.
yes.
I don't know how true it is, but I heard that the reason that they're insisting that it be on Plus, that you get the Plus and then buy the fight. I believe I was told. I don't know how true it is, but it is a better safeguard against piracy.
Yeah, you
So
can't get in there.
You can't get in there.
You can't get in that shit.
Can't get in there.
Can't get in. If you could, you'd be downloading like the. That's why you don't see any bootleg of like the Mandalorian and shit like that. You can't do that. You can't get
You
it.
can't. It's and I mean, in a nutshell, look, all right. We spent the last 3 years crying about the welterweight division. We all have.
Yes.
We all 3 years, bro.
Yes.
Because fights like this was not happening. So now that we got it, show up, show out. If you for Crawford and you not for all this bullshit that been going on, buy the fight. All right. Errol is out. He is out. I don't know when he's gonna come back, and I don't care. Crawford.
So
I do think that is a kind of a huge blow to the PBC, losing Spence to injury.
oh my God, hell yeah! But listen, if we want to tie up the two subjects that we spoke about, dig this, tie up the two subjects, the TO and this together. Guess what? In the next 2 years, and this fight, the outcome of this fight is going to play a big,
It's gonna reverberate.
it's going to not only that, but it's going to play a big part of what I'm about to say. But the dominance that PBC, the so-called dominance, this whatever, because freaking 8 years of this dominance, don't have one Hall of Famer.
They don't.
Not one. Not Spence, not
Not one
Mikey,
fight
none.
of the year.
Not one to speak about.
Alexis, wait, let me add context. Realize James Toney and Cotto got turned away from the Hall last year. All right. If Cotto can't get in, you think Keith gonna get in?
Oh,
Keith? You think Errol gonna get in?
That's face.
I'm just saying.
listen, that ain't happening. So that the hall is closed for them. So all this dominance that these guys can't produce one Hall of Famer. But here it is. This is where it's gonna get really interesting. Top Rank is gonna be able to take over the welterweight division because they're so stacked at 140. This Lindolfo Delgado guy, this Barboza's and Tio coming up and all this other shit in there. And what they're going to have around for them is an older Crawford that has gone with the Porter, the Josh Taylor, the Virgil Ortiz, and Crawford will be that guy that can be knocked off. He not saying that he's going to re-sign with Top Rank, but he will be around, and they're going to make business. Because one of the things that I've heard, I don't know if you heard, that he's signing with Daniel Kinahan.
Oh, that's his advisor. Yeah. That's
so
his
he
advisor.
Didn't go to he didn't run to freaking Al Heyman for advice. He
listen.
These guys broke.
Listen,
These dudes broke.
Al Heyman is like he's like a notary in the hood. Feel me? That's how I look at Al Heyman.
A notary in the hood. Oh my God.
Yo, legit. Like he's like en la 145. I look at him like that notary.
I remember that guy.
It's like a notary in the hood. Like, yo, dog, you that lawyer that you ever seen that meme where the lawyer pants come over? That's what I look at Al Haim like. Yo, you not big business, bro. All right. I hate to say this for all the people that's very sensitive. Hey, I like when mobsters ran boxing. I liked it. It was better. All right.
Mhm.
It's organized crime, but at
Yes.
least it's organized.
Ah.
That's all I'm saying.
And at least it gives people fights they want to see. Because
No, but
somewhere along the line, I don't know how, but PBC managed to make something out of the business without giving people what they wanted to see. I don't understand. Even like it doesn't fit.
no. He's laundering money.
It's not a sustainable business model.
I mean, it's either look, it's either and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he could just be a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? He could just be a fucking idiot.
I doubt
No,
that.
because we can't underestimate the stupidity of people. But it's either you're laundering money, which I think, or you're a fucking moron. Neither would surprise me because the way they do things, it's like your dog. Like what you doing and your presence in this industry, it doesn't make sense. Like you like Neo if Neo lost every fight. You see them like Matrix. Like let's say Neo got all the powers and shit, but he lose all the fights. That's you, bro. Like you ain't made not one top. Like really, even Ring Magazine said it when they introduced Errol into the pound for pound. They said that we not putting him in there because of his resume. He did. This was 4 years ago. They said we're not putting him in there because of his resume now. We're putting him in there because of what he think he's going to be. And what did he turn out to be? A fucking alcohol. Nothing. He's a fucking alcoholic. He's a train wreck. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's a train wreck.
Wow.
What else you got? Keith Thurman? That was one of your star guys in 26. That was one of your guys. Keith Thurman, he 2 million, 3 million, 4 million views, whatever on NBC. One of your guys. What is he now? Irrelevant.
Totally. Can you believe
And
that?
that's the thing they never got took advantage of is building their fighters off of network television. That's your starting ground. That's your foundation to get to pay-per-view.
They made a business. You know what I think it is? I honestly feel like they made a business to spite Bob Arum, a part of. I don't know all the history and all the shit. Like, admittedly, I don't, because remember, the era of boxing I grew up in, I didn't pay attention to a lot of shit. I just cared about the fights. It's just that after a while, I started noticing something's wrong with the fights, and then I started like, oh, it's you guys, you're fucking it up. But I feel like the PBC was supposed to be the anti-Top Rank, and it's like that's not gonna work. Top Rank is boxing, bro. But they are boxing. Like I'm not. It ain't about kiss. I'm telling you, Top Rank is boxing. That's boxing. All right. The best are gonna. When the best fight the best of them will permeate to the top. That's how it goes. They ain't got time. They ain't got time to be babying nobody. It's not because this is not a business. This is not a business for babies. Leonard Ellaby's still making excuses for Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta is 26.
Look what's happening right now at 130. Top Rank signs this guy, Carlos Balderas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they signed the guy who knocked him out. Basically, what they're doing, right? Basically, what they're doing is like, okay, Balderas, we're gonna reinvent your career or whatever, resuscitate your career, but we're gonna give you the guy that knocked you out. You got to go through him.
Yep.
And that guy was freaking tough. The winner of that could then be catapulted into contender status. There is a rhyme and a reason for everything at Top Rank.
You know what I want? You know what I want? I want Gabe Flores versus what's this kid's name, man? I forgot his fucking name already. I'm getting old. Luis, el que le dio la salsa al muchacho this past weekend. The one who beat the shit out of Gabe Flores.
You don't want Gabe Flores.
No, not yet. Not immediate rematch.
You want Luis Lopez, some shit like that.
Yeah, Luis Lopez. I want part two.
That beat Balderas.
No. I want
Renee
Flores. I want Flores versus Lopez part 2 in 12 months. That's what I want.
What? Why would you? Were you crazy?
Because look, there's something special about Flores, and I don't give a shit. That was more heart in that one moment when he decided to go back out. Like, yo, dog, out, yo, that shit was deep, bro. You
I
know how
mean,
much
he would have to reinvent himself a
he
bit.
can
You
do
know,
it.
Dude,
just
no,
He can
listen,
do it.
bro.
He
Let
can
me
do
tell
it.
you
He
something.
can do it. He can do it. He has the heart. He can do it.
Listen, Flores needs to not even spar for 10 months. He
Tú
needs
that
eres
was a
not.
malo.
nice whooping.
Tú
Don't
eres
even
malo.
don't listen. Don't even go to the gym for 6.
He's looking like Martin Lawrence after he fought Tommy
Nah,
Hearns.
bro. I'm gonna
Dude,
tell you something.
don't
Let me
do
tell
it.
you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That's why I believe he can do it. This is why I believe he could do it. He knew he was losing that fight, bro. He knew ain't nothing. I ain't knocking this dude out, but you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna quit. And he like that shit was deep, bro. Look, that shit was deep, bro. You got guys like Thurman, they'll get out there with a 40-year-old man. Can he handle that shit?
And
This
run
kid,
away, yeah. You're right.
this kid was in over his head. He was getting beat, and still, that's not enough to make him quit. That's deep, bro. That kid, I'm telling you, that kid got mad heart, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to him.
but
Yeah,
listen,
he deals with
Julius,
adversity with
Julius, let me
arrogance.
Julius, man. You know I watch Top Rank motherfuckers from day one. I'm talking about out the crib. That's
Yeah,
how I watch Top Rank. And I'm telling
Yeah,
you that from day one, I said this kid is not the guy. He's not that guy. He's not. He's
I'm a,
not.
you know,
He's not
I'm a,
that guy. He's not.
I'm gonna
He's
consult. I'm gonna consult the boxing gods. I'm gonna consult them. I'm gonna say some prayers for Gabe, so that the boxing gods could bless him with the spirit and the skills and the peds.
Gay Pro is he has nothing on his punches, has a lot of slick movement, but he was suspect. Well, listen, I say that about PPC fight. I said about this guy. I said como que no le veo nada. You saw my tweet on him
No, yo lo vi, and you've been suspicious of him from day one. You
from
have
day one, brother.
from
Man,
day
I'm like
one.
that ain't the guy. Nah, I don't see it.
Pero yo lo que veo es que también no te la pierdas que a B level or a C level top rank fighter is an A level PPC fighter.
Yes,
So don't tell
yeah,
me
yes,
he can't win fights. Yes, he
yes,
yeah,
can. Yes, he
yes.
can. Yes, he
yeah.
can.
Listen,
Remember
yo,
this?
this is a cool photo you got here, man. I just get you just gotta give credit, kudos to Top Rank, man. It's like who knew that they were gonna come out on top in the welterweight division in 2021 post pandemic, man.
Well,
And
because bro, short game, long game, bro. Short game,
yeah,
long game.
I'm gonna say this in closing before I go. This is past 11. I'm gonna say this, man. If I'm picking up, what they do in the Olympics, right? I.e. Top Rank, right? Don't come up running up to me, running me, swearing to me up and down how great the Special Olympics is in PPC.
Because that's what that shit is, bro.
It
And
sounds
I'm
mean, but it's the truth, bro.
no, but it's the truth. No, listen, it is, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, right? Look. They got decent. Like I like Stephen Fulton. I really want him to get away from them people. I really
Mm.
do. I want Boots to get away from them people too, because they got it. They have it that they could be that. But they got to get off that island, man, because it's no good over. They don't know how to.
It's not too
That's a
late. But you know
sinking
what?
shit.
I,
That's a
I think they
sinking
should.
shit.
But it needs what I think it needs new management. I think that's my thing. If these fighters want, don't want consolidation, don't want to work for this barbarian guy that they look at as George Soros, fine, whatever. But you gotta fix the upper management. You gotta really reinvent yourselves. As far as your promotion, man,
No,
because
they
it's like it's
burnt the.
really dead
Listen,
end. It's really dead end, man.
They burnt the lasagna, bro. You can't unburn the lasagna. You can't.
Mm.
Yeah, I
They
know, I
had a.
know. They over marinate, they overcook fights, man. But like,
They had. Listen, they had a whole crop. Do you like think about it? You had a whole stable that you stole from this man, and you just peed and shitted all over it. So
yeah.
you telling me that you can have a whole stable of fighters and you don't know what the fuck to do with them? That's crazy, bro. You had all that money and you didn't know what to do with it?
Nothing.
They basically just let them
Crazy.
astray. Al Heyman just let them astray, man. Yo, I got to run, man. God bless you guys, man. Peace.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna close it up, B.
Yeah, man.
Lex, it's always a pleasure, man.
All right,
All
brother.
right, man.